Hey, this is Evan Howard. I was going to talk to you today a little bit about the Egoscue method and my interpretation of it, and see if I can convince you that this is the method for you. First, Egoscue is a revolutionary way to relieve your chronic pain. It's hands-free. I don't have to touch you as a therapist. You get to do all these E-sizes all by yourself. So what it is we're activating muscles that your body has completely forgot about. Like, you sit down, you go through the motions of life, you have the same routine, you get into habits, and those muscles get into the same routine. And the muscles that you don't use, you forget about. And in that time period, while your muscles are weakening and other muscles are strengthening, dysfunctions occur. Things that you didn't think were possible. So with Egoscue, what we do as a therapy and as therapists is observe your posture. We notice what's dysfunctional, what's different, where your symptoms are coming from, what muscles are compensating for other muscles. So in a sense, your body is telling us. We're just basically acting as the guide. So after we observe the posture and notice all these deviations, we come up with a sequence of E-sizes, which are Egoscue exercises. They're all specifically implemented and designed for the person. No one's menu is ever going to be the same. Maybe fluke accident it will be, but each person's body is different and it responds differently to different exercises. So, another most important thing about Egoscue is being able to allow you to take your therapy process into your own hands. I don't know what's hurting on you. You can only tell me so much. So in return, it's a reciprocated relationship between therapy and the client. What the therapist wants to hear, what the client wants to tell, it's completely up to you. At Egoscue, we work on listening to the client. We work on taking into account all things. We get to know our clients. We have a client intake where we sit down, we get to know you, we ask you questions, you ask us your questions, we connect, we build a rapport. We don't get in there and say what's the problem and try and get out as quickly as we can. We take the time to get to know you. We wonder what you do for a living, which could be directly related to where your symptoms are coming from. If you have a desk job, I wonder if sitting down and standing up all day is going to get you into a slump of a pain. If you're on your feet, if you're using your right hand all day, your left hand all day, something's going to come up. As well as we get to know if you do any if you're on any medication. Egoscue believes in no surgery, no medication, and it's fairly inexpensive compared to most therapists and other forms of therapy such as chiropractic, which chiropractor is okay. It's going to temporarily get you out of the pain, but the muscles tell the bones what to do. The chiropractor is just going to adjust you, and if you continue the same lifestyle, you're going to go right back into the same slump. So what our job is, we get you back in there. We align your posture. We do things that other therapies do not do. It's a mixture between yoga exercises. It's a mixture between gym class exercises. There's some everything, your core, it has to do with your entire body working as one unit, which in my opinion is amazing. So if you're taking medication, it runs through your body. That's going to relieve your symptoms or your pain temporarily, just like a chiropractor would do, just like a massage therapist, just like Rolfing. It's like a Rosti. Continue the same lifestyle, you're going to get back into it. I can't stress that enough. So Egoscue allows you to do your menus every single day, or as much as you feel like you need to get better. You're allowed to take your own health into your own hands. So back to starting with the body working as a unit. If your posture is not vertically aligned, say you have allergies, your nose is going to be stuffy. It's gravity. It's allowing you, if you're perfectly straight up, it's going to run through you. You're going to be okay. Another thing is the way you breathe. We take into account breathing. It all comes down. It all goes through your body and comes back out. There is a reason for everything that we do. So if you're not breathing enough, that's not enough oxygen feeding your muscles, and in return they're going to fatigue, and if they're fatiguing, there's going to be compensation that occurs. So we try and get you down on the right track to do what it is that you can. So maybe it will not be the quick fix immediately. We understand that some of this will take time. It took you however long it took you to get into that pain, so it's going to take you a tiny bit of time to get out of the pain. As human beings, we want that quick fix. That's why surgery, that's why chiropractor sounds so good, but then you get home and you're like, man, I'm starting to ache over here, what's going on? And it's because your body's going back to the old habits. It's going back to the same ways. You need to retrain your body. You need to work muscles out that were not previously worked out before. And that's why Egoscue was so amazing. You take your own health into your own hands. And throughout the therapy process, we work together. While you're at home, we're going to give you a phone call. We're going to check up on you. We're going to make sure you're doing these stretches, these E-sizes correctly. I remember I was in the worst pain imaginable. I thought that surgery was the last resort. There was nothing that I could do. Chiropractor didn't work. Arosty didn't work. Rolfing didn't work. Acupuncture, acupressure, nothing was working. So my older brother came to me one day and said, try this. Well, it worked for me. It's hands-free. I know you don't really like touching people, so this sounds like something you'd be interested in. I was like, okay, let me try it out. I tried it out, and my back had never felt better. I was almost afraid to be out of pain because I didn't know what it was like to be out of pain anymore. I only knew what it was like to be in pain. So as a result, I fell in love with the therapy process. I dedicated whatever amount of time it took to get out of pain. It changed my life. I'm exercising, I'm running, I've done Tough Mudders, triathlons, things that I never thought that I could do again. I was afraid that I was never going to be able to again, and I had almost come to terms with it, and Egoscue popped up. Throughout the process, we will go over these menus with you. We're going to make sure that when you go home, you're 100% confident that you can achieve whatever goal we set in the therapy process, short-term and long-term. And it's our goal as therapists to guide you and to show you. But it's up to you to take matters into your own hands.